Friday, October 22nd, 12:48 p.m. New York time. Here we go with a recap with today's day trade on the S&P 500. We're looking at the S&P 500 charts using the desktop trading platform from Thinkorswim, also called TOS, which is owned by TD Ameritrade, which is now actually owned by Charles Schwab. So using the charts of the S&P 500 futures /ES, put some stuff in perspective before we get deeper into this. I label significant price levels that have events that occur. So all the way back here on the 9/3/2021, we had made an all-time high. So I labeled this yellow horizontal line as a swing high, all the way back there. Then day after, we had a swing high that didn't take that out. So I labeled that swing high, also yellow horizontal line. This red area is a zone, and because it's a red area, it was a supply zone. Sellers were there, labeled that because it had significant price action where sellers prices tested it, prices rejected it and rolled down. Sellers got it. If it was inverse on the bottom, like here, green, it's a demand zone, buyers. So going forward, see that those levels got tested yesterday and today. So let me show you on the 1 hour. Okay, now we're looking at 1 hour candles. I cleaned it up. Have some of that content removed, so it's less. So we're looking at this gray area, which is again a zone. It's on top. It's a supply zone. Sellers. I put in a gray, so maybe it could be seen more clearer. Yesterday's all-time high tested it. Again, these are 1 hour candles, but regardless, 1 hour, 5 minute, 10 minute, rejected it, closed below it, showing that supply zone still has significant sellers there, not new buyers coming in to bring it higher. That second 1 hour candle, which was the last 1 hour candle yesterday, same thing, tested it, rejected it, and sold off. So not only did we reject prices here, we never even went high enough to break above it. Okay, going here overnight, we had price action tested overnight, rejected it, and closed below it. And then, well, look at here, overnight, we had a this 1 hour bar, test it, break above it, close above it, followed by another one. And then that rollover, red, close below it. And then here, this red candle is 1 hour candle from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. was a bearish pin bar. Huge tail on the top, small body. Not only that, it's also a stop hunt. It's in this consolidation, regardless consolidation or regardless in this consolidation stop hunt that faked all these people out there bought up here to have a fast impulse move sell off, followed by a huge impulse move sell off there. Yep. So what a fake out. Fake out if you bought up here thinking it was going to go higher. Buying at the highs, not the best thing. Okay, so now let's go look at the 15-minute candles so you can see what I'm labeling prior to trading in the mornings. Again, point this out, this green area is the Asian session, 2000, 2300. This purple section is the London session from 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. And this gray section is the 8 a.m. to 9:30 pre-market New York opening. So I labeled my overnight lows. If they weren't tested, it wasn't. Blue horizontal line, overnight low, which occurred before the Asian session. And between the Asian session and London session, there was a tight consolidation. Also, the London session never took out the low of the Asian session. Yeah, I have a yellow horizontal line labeled on the bottom of the Asian session and a yellow horizontal line labeled below the London session. I had this labeled today because before the 9:30 a.m. market opened, those price levels were not tested neither yet. So I labeled them as swing lows. Let me know, hey, if we go down there, maybe it's going to be a reversal, pause, or like it happened today, breakthrough. Okay, back here. So in the London session, we also made a higher high than the Asian session. We also tested, see these red candles, see these this red zone. We tested it, both rejected to go bumping it. So the London session still had shown that there was weakness up here, some sellers up here. After the London session, we come in, look at that, made higher highs that went above the Asian session into this supply zone, but filled at that swing high, yellow horizontal line, and roll over at the first 15-minute candle of the pre-market New York session, the 8 a.m. to the 9:30 a.m. Very interesting. Yeah, that first one. So you have these three candles up here, that green, yellow, green. That's a consolidation, small little candles, distribution occurring. Those are like dodgies, giving you a clue that potential sell-off is occurring, and it happened. We had that red candle sell-off. The trend was down. Pre-market could have done a trade. Then we had these two last candles. Again, each of these are 15 minutes. Look at them. They both have big tails in the bottom, showing buyers are stepping in. Also, significant price level. That orange horizontal line I drew there, that was a key level I was looking at as seeing. I drew that before the 8 a.m. saying, hey, there was a bunch of trades occurring right around it, above it and below it, but majority of these trades were occurring above it. So I'm looking at that as a demand zone. Buyers are stepping in there. That's what happened. They came back here and tested it. And then the first 15-minute candle in the market open, wow. Again, went below it, tested below it, and a huge impulse move up. That 15-minute candle closing inside that. Second 15-minute candle, higher high, higher low, closing inside of it. Same this yellow inside candle. And this white horizontal line, you see 45, 34.25. That was the high of yesterday. Yep. So obviously we're trading below that, Then we had these two 15-minute candles trade above the all-time high from prior to make all-time new highs today. Yep. And a sell-off. So a lot of price action in between there. But the point is, on the higher perspective, yeah, there were clues here. It was going into weakness. It was going into an area there were a lot of prior sellers. To use caution, either sit on hands, not to be buying at the open, sit on hands and wait to either go short at the highs, or if you're faster, day trading, scalping, then you could have made some trades at the beginning to rush up. Okay. Now let's look at the 5 minutes. 5 minutes. First 5-minute candle opened here, 9:30 a.m. Second one went inside that supply zone. Yep. Didn't continue going up, sold off. So this first two 5-minute candles had a lot of price range, significant. Did the retracement, and look at this candle here, yellow candle, inside bar. It's hollow, so that means it's green, bullish. Two tills on the bottom, big tills. Yep. So I put my trade there, and I closed my trade here. And what time did I do that first trade? At 9:54, and closed it whatever time that was around there. The okay, so there we had that significant pullback, and that was a good single trade on the break above that. Broke above it, did a consolidation, and look at that bunch of tills down there, bunch of tills, building consolidation. It had that breakout right there, breakout followed by higher high, see, higher high, and impulse move up, and that was all she wrote. Yep, not to be buying up there, but to either be going short or closing your long, because the follow through didn't come. Yep, and down here, this orange vertical line, you see going here, I had that labeled where we broke and closed below the quarters, 45.25. See this horizontal gray line, 45.25, that's where we broke below it, thinking that might be a potential for buy. It didn't occur. Nope, not at that point. It went lower low. So it didn't do short neither there. Well, didn't do any more trades since then. And then rolled over and went up, consolidation breakout. Market's still trading, obviously, because it's not even 1 o'clock yet. And let's look at the 1 minutes. A lot of significant stuff on the 1 minute. First 1 minute candle bar, the 9:30 bullish pin bar right there, closing above that 45.35 I labeled, which I labeled that again and said that was a demand zone during the London session, and also the pre-market, which was the 8 a.m. to 9:30. Yep. So putting the trade on there, one would have gone very well. You could have put your stop right below it. Had that nice run up into the supply zone, consolidation, pull back. That pullback never went back, retested here. Nope, it did a consolidation and run up. Look at this, all these 1 minute candles, massive consolidation here. Didn't even take out the low from there and reversed, or did the, well, not reverse, sorry, wrong word. Consolidation, regrouped, broke up to finally close above that swing high. This swing high right there, this yellow horizontal line. Take out the all-time high there. Excuse me. This red horizontal line is a round number, 4550, very significant number. Yep, took it out. So what a overextended rocket ship up there, but look how fast it sold off. So that was good if you closed your trade. What was a singular close there? Well, you could have done one thing, was had your stop at the low, each candle moving up, keep moving your stop, or again, using these significant round numbers, quarters as potential areas for targets. Entry there, consider multiple things as your target. The next quarter or round number, well, from here, the next significant number was the 4550. And what was another significant number below that? Obviously, I had them labeled lower down there. So that significant thing showed that wasn't followed through. Interesting. And then, no, didn't take it short. Again, hesitation. Should have done this short after that, taking it down. And right there, 45.25, another significant number. Quarters, not round numbers. But again, interesting. Right there, you see, let me zoom in. Significant meaning that these two candles were building consolidation at that quarter, 45.25, thinking, okay, that might be a buy point. Didn't do it. And then came back, watching it. Nope. It retested it there, but didn't show any signals that I liked, even though that was almost a bullish engulfing. Yep, it just went further low. So glad I didn't take it there as a bullish trade. And then for this huge consolidation, huge impulse move up. So significant numbers. This 45.25, this quarter built a big consolidation there. And from that point, it did a breakout. Very nice. Good thing right there. Consolidation, huge move up. Shame that was a bullish engulfing or some kind of other significant candle. One might have gone along there. Anyway, didn't. Yep. So this is where we're at right now. If you like the content I'm showing and want to get more detailed, I do that on my Patreon page. You can join my Patreon page. My link is on the bottom. If you like what I'm sharing, click like. And if you want to get a notification when the next video is, simply subscribe and hit that bell.